Hello boys and ghouls, and welcome to another episode of Skyrim Plus. Today we're celebrating Halloween spooktacularly with a home showcase that's bad to the bone. If you want to feel the thrills and chills today, I have a home that includes a few tricks and a few treats for your viewing pleasure. So without further ado, I present to you today's featured home, Vampire Home, the Tomb of Pelagius Septim III by Mr. Cookie. Let's check out the map. Here we are in Solitude, and inside of the city to the right is the Solitude Cemetery. It has its own fast travel marker. To get here, we'll start by the front gates and pass all of the shops. Then we'll go under the arch that leads towards the Blue Palace, and then we'll find our home to the right, in the same spot as the Solitude Museum mod and Springwood Estate. It's located right across from the Solitude Hall of the Dead, appropriately enough, and it has this stone gateway that leads to the cemetery. I love this window on it too. Doesn't that look cool? And this is your view as you're heading into the gate, where we find lots of gravestones, plants, and 4 fertile soils. To the right of the door you have this pretty tree, more ingredients to harvest, and this really interesting angel statue which looks amazing. And right past that is a gravestone with a large cross and candles, and this spot looks awesome at nighttime. Now that we've seen all of the outside features, let's head inside. And here we are inside of the Tomb of Pelagius Septim III. It has a creepy atmosphere with a mist and dull lighting, and there's an opening in the wall just past this coffin. You can shut it with that candlestick on the left, and when we pass through the door, we see some Draugr. Thankfully, none of them wake up. But regardless, I'm getting a Tales from the Crypt vibe from this place. Next, we'll pull this chain which opens up the gate at the bottom of the stairs and closes the wall opening behind us. As we come down the stairs, we find some more Draugr, some really cool chandeliers, and then we find 3 weapons plaques on the walls above us. Now from this point you can go straight, left, or right. We'll head left first. As we head to the left, we find some firewood, a broken oil barrel, some more Draugr, some atmospheric mist, some blood on the floor, and a dead body by this alchemy lab. I wonder what's going on there. There's a barrel of bones, and then over here you've got an area for your arcane enchanter, with storage for soul gems, some cool themed art. There's a spot for Azura's Star or the Black Star, and the Mythic Dawn commentaries. There's a spot for a couple of the important books that you can collect along the way. And then as we turn back, we find a dedicated bookshelf for the Black Books of the Dragonborn DLC and the Ogma Infinium. And this mod author does a nice job of spreading out the collectible item displays to make more spots around the home visually interesting. Around the corner you have a smithing area with a smelter, workbench, named storage for different smithing materials, and your tanning rack. As we turn back towards the middle of the room, you find your anvil that acts as your forge. You also have some safes for some safe storage, and then we find our grindstone that completes our smithing suite. As we head towards the opposite corner of the room, we find a rather interesting sight towards this fire. We also find a bucket of blood, some alchemical ingredients, pumpkins, and a hagraven head and a bucket of blood. Hey, doesn't that kind of look like your ex-girlfriend? That head is just what I wanted to find in my home. As we continue on, we find storage for your potions and poisons. There's a spider imbuing chamber, another alchemy lab, and a spot for your insects in a jar if you've collected those along your travels. And now that we've seen the crafting area, we're going to head down the other hallway and see what that has to offer. As we approach the next hallway, we find a spot to display some of the diaries from the Dawnguard DLC, and on the table across from that is a spot to display the skeleton keys and a display case for your favorite weapon. As we continue on, we find a dead Nord in this cage, some more Draugrs, some candlelight, and then as we take a look to our right, we have a really enchanting looking area with gleam blossoms, cave worms, and a mystical tree with some butterflies flying around it. As we turn towards the other direction, we find a cage, and when we pull on this chain to open it up, we find a treat. I mean a thrall for your vampire characters to feed on, and a bedroll, although it does have some blood on it. We'll shut that cage so we can keep our treat in there. And then here's a coffin where we can rest in peace. And then right next to that, you have some blood potions and a torture rack. Lex Luger and the Undertaker would approve. And then when we look to the other side of our coffin, we find a display area with a few display cases and some enchanted vampire lord armor, boots, and gloves for you to use along your travels. And now that we've seen both of the side hallways, we'll head down the main hallway to see what that has to offer. And while we're heading that way, take time to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, now we are into the main area of the home. Check out the fog, the huge custom chandelier, and this Sithis-themed glass above it. It feels absolutely gothic in here. Even if this isn't your favorite style of home, you have to admit that it's well executed. No pun intended. To the left, we find a study with all sorts of candles, trinkets, draugrs with swords, a spot for you to display the bust of the Grey Fox if you've collected that, and many other pieces of eye candy. And as we head to the other side of the room, we find a man in this cage named Varroic the Undaunted. You can't talk to him or anything, but at least you have some company. You also have a cozy fireplace, a skeleton hanging on this cross above, and then if you look by your chair, you've got a picture of the Black Hand and a hand that looks like it may have made the imprint itself. That's not creepy or anything. There's a cage with a Nord and a bucket of blood below him, and then beside that, we have a suspicious looking wall. And when we activate it, we reveal the remains of Pelagius Septim III. And check out how cool this space looks. Pelagius is looking like he's had better days, but at least his tomb is thriving. Now let's work our way around the room. Starting to the right of the door, we have spots for your Daedric weapons, you have spots for your Elder Scrolls, your Paragons, your Dragon Claws, you have a shield plaque. That's right above the remains of Catariah Pelagius, like the ship. As we continue, we see some more of the Paragons, the rings of Hircine and Namira, Mehrunes Razor, Spellbreaker, you've got some gargoyles on either side of Pelagius, you've got a safe for all of your valuables and gold, you've got several of the Dragon Priest masks, a spot for one of your favorite weapons to display. Speaking of displays, there are spots for the Mask of Clavicus Vile, the Rose of Sanguine, the Wabbajack, more Dragon Priest masks, the Thieves Guild quest items, Volendrung, and Dawnbreaker. And now that we've seen all of the features of this home, it's time for final thoughts. The Tomb of Pelagius Septim III is a vampire-themed home near the Hall of the Dead in Solitude. It provides a creepy atmosphere, a coffin for you to rest in peace, a thrall for snack time, or an extra crispy version if you get the late-night munchies. You have a friend to keep you company, and a torture rack to keep him in check, a couple of alchemy labs, an arcane enchanter, a spider imbuing chamber, and a full smithing suite for your crafting needs. And you have a really cool tomb for old Pelagius himself, which provides several spots for you to display the game's collectible items. If you're looking for a creepy place to put you in the Halloween spirit, you found it. This concludes my feature of Vampire Home, Tomb of Pelagius Septim III. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.